Hi, my name is Kelly Allen. I am the coordinator for the East 40 Community Garden and one of its founding members. So I'd like to say that I'm one of the founding members because obviously something of this magnitude can't be done by just one person. And in 2010, I put together a team of students, staff, and faculty, and the key ingredient there being students, to see what it was that we wanted from this space. And based on my agricultural background, I thought it fitting that we try for a community garden. The East 40, from its beginning to this day, has been 100% student-driven. There are several projects on here that have really shaped the identity of what this space is all about. One of the first major student projects to take hold here at the East 40 was the construction of the bioswale. The bioswale is a 1,000 cubic foot underground water filter that was designed and constructed by Mike McDonald, who was then a biology student in partnership with engineering students from Lafayette College. This project allowed us to use the natural slope of the land to gather rainwater runoff and then pump it to nearby cisterns. Now, anytime that we need water after a major rain, we just walk into the shed, flip a switch, and we've got 600 gallons of fresh rainwater. So one of the fascinating projects that's really taken shape here at the East 40 recently is the construction and firing of our wood-fired pottery kiln. The wood-fired pottery kiln has been labored on for the past year and a half by our advanced ceramics professor, Walter Heath. Professor Heath's vision for this kiln was birthed mostly from interest from his students in his advanced ceramics class, but also as a way to highlight the extremely clay-rich soil that we have here at the East 40. One of our more recent projects to get more involved with the community is our own farm market. For the first year or so, everything that was sold at the market was grown right here from the East 40. It was a small market, perhaps a pretty humble market, but what we mostly wanted to do was get fresh produce in front of students and talk to them about what it meant to grow your own food. So as a faculty from the humanities, I wanted to make sure that the projects that happened out here at the East 40 were representative of all the disciplines. Just recently, one of our perhaps least scientifically focused projects to occur was the construction of the Meditation Labyrinth. This labyrinth was built by students in the Nature of Environment class, which is a humanities course, and the purpose of this was to really raise awareness about people's mental health and the need for relaxation and meditation. So not all the students that come out here do so in search of a major project like the bioswale. There are students who come out here just because they want to be out here. They want to be a part of the experience, and they just want to find out what it's about and how they might fit into it all.
My name is Gary Warren. I am the garden manager for the East 40 Community Garden. I had some friends that were founding students of the East 40. There was a Good Growers Club that was founded by a friend of mine, Mike McDonald. Other friends of mine were going to the college. And as you can imagine, when you get a garden started, there's a lot of groundbreaking to do. So through my circle of friends in the community, I was basically recruited. So we at the East 40 represent this unique middle ground of we're sort of a farm, we're sort of a community garden, we're sort of an experimental agricultural site. We are all these things in one place.
My name is Aidan Kleckner, and my major is environmental science. I found out about the East 40 because of Gary, and he told my sister initially, and then she told me about the opportunity. So I came and talked to Gary, and he just gave me the job. Everybody has those days where you're like, you don't want to do your work 100% or whatever, But when I come out here, it's like it reminds me that there's a reason to do 100%.
I'm Elena. I'm studying early childhood development. Since I'm a teacher back in my country, I think taking part in this gardening activity, I think that I can bring my students to take part, how to help the earth, how to take care of our land. Those activities, I guess it will generate the students' interest in planting and helping the ground.
My name is Nathan Smith. My major is liberal arts. The working of the land and the production of the food out there and seeing how it goes out into the community, the perspective it gives me on abundances and inadequacies that exist in the system, and that relates over to all of the coursework that I've been doing in rather intangible but very meaningful ways. A friend and I are working to establish a program where we get homeless youth from the Lehigh Valley to come out and participate in a garden internship, where they'll be working side by side with student peer mentors. And the program will basically be helping to establish a stable living environment where they get to flourish as people, gardeners, rather than homeless or any other identity that might be placed on them.
My name is Tiffany Silfies. I'm a communication studies major. Getting involved with the East 40 has definitely changed the direction of my education. Before being involved in the program, I did not realize that there were careers that involved caring for plants, garden managing, that sort of thing. And when I'm finished here with Northampton Community College, I plan to transfer to a 4-year school to study horticulture. For the first time in my life, I feel a sense of direction.
I feel that the real value of this place is that it's a learning environment that gets students away from that four-walled existence. We are providing real-world situations for our students. And I think that's even extra important in the community college environment because our students are commuters. Like, the division between their academic lives and their real lives is very stark. And if we can provide experiences here while they're on campus that will carry over when they go, when they're spending time with their family, they're taking care of their siblings, then that's something that will really help with their overall academic experience, and it'll help make them, I hope, to be just engaged and critical thinking citizens.